To simplify exponential expressions, to add, subtract, multiply, and divide exponential expressions. 3x plus 2x, those are like terms, so you can add them together. If you have 3x's and 2x's, you have 5x's all together. Negative 6x plus 4x. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2, and keep the x with it. Negative 2x. Now in this case we have two different sets of like terms. You have an x squared and just an x. You can only simplify the x squares with each other. You have 3x squared plus 2x squared. That's 5x squared. And then the x's are done separately. X plus 3x is 4x. 5x squared plus 4x is the answer. Always do the exponents that are the highest first and go down in order. So that's why we start with the square instead of the x. 3x squared minus x squared. That would give you 2x squared. And then 5x minus 2x is 3x. If it's a positive answer there for the second one, it's just plus 3x. If that had come out to be a negative 3x, then you would write minus 3x. What do I get when I simplify the cubes in this? 4x cubed minus 3x cubed, what's that? 1x cubed, yes. And what about the x's?
Plus 3x.
Plus 3x. What do I get when I simplify the cube?
3x.
3x cubed, and that comes from 6 minus 3. And what about the x's?
Plus x. No?
0 is just 3x.
Yeah, it would be 0 because 2x minus 2x is 0. They cancel out. So you don't write 0, it's just going to be 3x cubed. Drop this one off. The solution for the practice problem, start with the x squares first. That's negative 2x squared plus 5x squared, which is 3x squared. And then 4x minus 2x is 2x. Start with the squares. Negative 2x squared plus 2x squared means these cancel out to 0. Then you have negative 3x plus 4x is x. Now you have x's and y's. The variables are different. You can only add variables that are the same and have the same exponent. And start in alphabetical order. So we'll start with the x's. 3x minus 2x is simply 1x. And then 4y plus 3y is 7y. X plus 7y is the answer. Always write them in alphabetical order.
So you all, are you recording?
Alright, in this one we have x's, so negative 4x plus 3x would be a negative x. And then 5y minus 6y is negative 1y, so you write minus y. Negative x minus y is the answer. We start with the x's, and what do I get when I simplify the x's?
Negative 2x.
And what about the y's?
3y.
3y. What do I get when I simplify the x's?
2x.
2x. 3 of them. Oh, wait. Oh. That would be
Negative 3x.
3x.
Yes. 4x minus 2x is 2x, but minus 5x is negative 3x. Then what?
Plus 7y.
Plus 7y. Yeah, there's nothing to add with the y. What do I get when I simplify the x's here?
Negative 4x.
Negative 12x.
Negative 12x, and what about the y's?
Negative 13.
Negative 12x minus 13y. Drop this one off. Solution for the practice problem. 11x minus 8x is 3x. And negative 3y plus 6y is plus 3y. The solution to the bonus problem. The solution to the bonus problem, think of it like this. What if I had 6 over 6? What's the answer?
1.
Anything over itself is 1. If you do the division rule for the exponents, you would have to subtract the 2's.
So we just can put x.
You would have x equals, or x to the second minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. X to the 0 power is what you end up with, but anything to the 0 power is always 1. If I have a 5 to the 0 power, the answer is 1. If it's 1.263 to the 0 power, it's 1. A half to the 0 power is still 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Solution for the bonus, or the practice problem. Negative 6x plus 7x is x. And negative 9y plus 10y is y. X to the second, y to the third over xy squared. Where is your largest power of x, top or bottom? So that's where the x goes. 2 minus 1 is 1, so the exponent is 1. Where's the largest power of y? That's where the y goes, and 3 minus 2 is 1. Now on the bottom you have nothing left because everything canceled out. Your final answer is simply xy. Anything over 1 has to be reduced, like card number 2 in the back that says 6 over 1. You can't leave anything over 1. Where is my largest power of x? On the bottom. And we have 6 minus 4, which would be a 2. So x to the second on the bottom. And then y to the 10th over y to the third. The largest exponent is on top. 10 minus 3 is 7. Y to the 7th over x squared. Where does my x go? On the bottom. And what's the exponent?
4.
Where does y go? Exponent? And what goes on top? 1. And in this case you leave it because if the 1's on top it just becomes a fraction. 1 over x to the 4th, y to the 4th. Where does my x go?
Top.
What's the exponent?
2.
Y?
Bottom. 2.
2.
X squared over y squared, yes. Wherever the largest power of x is at, that's where it goes on the top, and the same for the y's. Its largest one was on the bottom, that's why it's on the bottom. Subtract the exponents. Where does x go?
Top.
Number?
5.
Y?
Top.
And?
1. Or just 1.
Be 2.
2, because this is a 1 right there. 3 minus 1 would be 2. So what's the final answer?
X to the 5th.
Y to the
Y to
second.
the second.
Yep. Drop this one off. Solution for the practice. You should have x to the third on top and y to the second on the bottom. Same type of problem, except you have 12 and 3 thrown in there. Those are coefficients. You simplify, if you can, 12 over 3, just like it's a fraction. 3 will go into itself once, and it will go into 12 4 times. 3 into itself once, into 12 4 times. Never write a 1 as a coefficient, unless it's the only thing left on the top of a fraction. So just put a 4 on top, and then go back and do the variables. You have x to the third on the bottom, that's the largest one. 3 minus 2 is 1. And then for your y's, y to the third is largest, so it's on top. 3 minus 1 would be 2. 4y squared over x. (16 over 10), we have to reduce that. What's the highest number that goes into 16 and 10?
5, no. 2,
2, yes. 2 into 16 how many times?
8,
And into 10 how many times? So that's what you have to start with, 8 over 5. And now where does my x go? And what's the exponent? 1. So it's just x. And then where's the y go? Exponent. 8y squared over 5x is the final answer. 24 over 36. What's the highest number that goes into 24 and 36? Not 4.
12,
6, yes. 6, not 6. 6 is not the highest one. 12. It is 12. So 12 goes into 24 twice, and into 36 3 times. The multiples of 12 are 12, 24, 36, 48, and so on. In your answer, you put 2 over 3 to start with. Where does my x go? What's the exponent?
just X,
Just x, so it's 1. Where does the y go?
bottom,
Number.
third.
2x over 3y cubed is the answer.